Hi, Shane here. You're watching Sam for God, and this is Mark. Check her out.
So hi guys, how are you doing? Today is Wednesday the 7th of February 2018 and I am just about to leave my house to go to the Cambridge Theatre in Seven Dials, one of my favourite places in the whole of London, to go and see Matilda the musical. I haven't seen Matilda in literally about a year, I think. I last saw it around February time last year, and it's a great show. It's not one of my favourites, but it's a really feel-good show, and there's some great things in it. The sets are amazing, the music's great, so I'm really looking forward to going and seeing it again. I'm going with my friend Sharika, who has never seen it before. It was part of her Christmas present from me, so I'm really looking forward to that as well, just because, you know, it's always fun to see something that you like with somebody else for the first time, if that makes sense. These are the tickets. We're sat in row O of stalls, which is very exciting. I feel like with Matilda, anyway, I always want to be in the stalls for to get the best experience. I know that you can get some really cheap tickets in the like the highest level, the Grand Tier or whatever. They do day seats for £5 and they're great as well. I've sat there before. They're very good for the price. Like with £5 they're excellent, but you know, I'm just very excited to be able to see in the stalls just because of some of the things that happens in the show. I got these tickets through getintotheatre.com, I think that's what it's called. It's a website or like an offer thing that comes out every year for shows between January and February of every year, because January and February normally tend to be like off-season months where not many people go to theatre, or not as many people go to theatre. So this website, I don't know when it got launched, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, but yeah, every year they have tickets a bit less expensive than normal for these particular months of the next year, if that makes sense. So I think it launches every December for the following January and February, and that's how I got these tickets. I'm very excited. So yeah, as always, come along on the journey. It should be a fun evening. I'm just on my way to the theatre now, to Seven Dials. Sharika should be there very soon as well. I thought I was going to be very late, but I'm actually very much on time, which is not at all. Also, apologies for the loudness of people in London. I think that was just like a drunk man. But yeah, I thought I was going to be very late, but no, I'm very much on time. I'm like, it's 5 to 7 at the moment. We're going to meet at 7 and the theatre's just over there. We've got a latte as well, which is nearly done. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. I am now standing right in front of the Cambridge Theatre, which is looking quite nice actually, with all the twinkly fairy lights, trees around there. This is Seven Dials. If you guys didn't know, this is what Seven Dials is. It's literally just an area which has 7 dials, so it has like 7 little areas where you can go to, 7 little alleyways or whatever. And for some reason it's honestly genuinely one of my favourite places in London. Like, I really enjoy it. I don't know, it just brings me happiness, especially like in the summer months when it's, you know, sunny and nice and the weather's okay. You can just come here, you can just sit in the middle of there, eat something, read a book, and just like watch people pass by. I don't know, I just feel like there's a really nice vibe about this area. I really enjoy it. It might be for the fact that I just really enjoy the number 7 as well. That might have something to do with it. But I just think it's a really beautiful kind of underrated part of London, especially because it's very close to Covent Garden Leicester Square. It's kind of in the middle of Covent Garden Leicester Square, and normally people kind of know about it that much. And Covent Garden is very busy normally with tourists, and so is Leicester Square. So it's just nice to kind of have this one area, little area. Obviously right now it's very busy because of it's just before the show and all the cars are coming around and everything, but I don't know, I really like it. Leave comments down below, let me know if you agree, if you have been here, if you see what I'm talking about and why I enjoy this Seven Dials area so much. Sharika's texting me saying that she's very, very close. She'll be here in the next like couple of minutes, so she like walked past the same place as I did, literally like about 3 minutes after I did, so we're very much like following each other kind of thing. So yeah, look who's here! Shazza.
I feel like I always look exactly like this. That's rude.
No, I know that was really bad.
Do you want me to
bad. Oh well, some lady, some chick just walked past and things went a bit wrong. My arms obviously very extended. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know. I was just gonna say I always look exactly like this at the start of every video of yours.
You do. Yeah, you've not been in my vlog since Vlogmas, which was only about a month ago. So life is great. How are you finding the life of the? I can't speak.
So excited. Oh my god.
She gets
but also like really prepared to hate children. You know,
jealousy
more,
and all that.
Yeah, so much more successful than me.
Just you'd explain it. It's not like you just.
Oh yeah, no, I don't just hate children.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like, I'm excited to see. I've not seen this car. Oh lordy, it's a new car. I've not seen it.
Oh,
that's exciting. Gina Beck's in it, a lovely actress who I enjoyed before in previous shows. So I just forgot that she's in Matilda right now. I'm excited to see which Matilda we have and which cast members. There's a beautiful. Don't you just, all jokes aside, I was telling people earlier that I really do enjoy this area.
Oh my god,
my favourite,
so pretty.
Honestly, one of my favourite spots. So, thank you very much. I think it's very underrated. I know it's a very legit small area, but I like just going there, eating fish and chips and like reading a book and watching people go by. Thank you very much. And looking at the Matilda Theatre as well.
Oh, sure.
Shout out to Eddie. The last time I was in this theatre was because he got me a ticket to go and see Willem van Kijk, the chick that you saw as Elphaba.
Oh my god, what a babe.
Thank you very much. So I think we should probably try and go in there. That is actually really cute. I've not seen this before. This is a new thing, obviously, that they've made. And Matilda in Lego form. That's really cool. Why don't we make Lego figures of ballerinas at the Royal Opera House? I want a Lego of me as well. We need to do Lego Disney Castle one day. It'll take us like a long time. We also did a very long puzzle. I'm just going to show some of the merchandise as well. So obviously Matilda does a lot of merch. Hi, how are you? That is cute. I've never seen this. Is it a new thing, this, or is it been? They actually do a Matilda doll. That's so cute. Sharika's very intrigued by it. We've got books, CDs, t-shirts, everything. Lord have mercy, life is good. I'm very excited suddenly. This is our cast for tonight. That is cool. So who do we have as our Matilda, darling? Where is Matilda? Oh, Emma Moore is our Matilda. We've got Martin.
Lavender.
Please pronounce that surname.
Susipilla.
Well done, as our Bruce, and then the rest of the cast you can see here. I'll talk about them all later. Is Gina Beck on? Yes, she is, Miss Honey. That is a good thing. Miss Honey. As you might be aware, my friend Rebecca, who you probably are aware of because she's been in a lot of my vlogs before, used to work at the Cambridge Theatre, and through her I met some of her workmates at the time, and I'm now friends with them as well. And one of those people is a guy called Josh, who is currently somewhere behind me. I don't think he knows that I'm here today, but I really want to surprise him when he's a little bit less busy, because he has no idea. I have not seen him in a while, so he should be excited to go and say hi. You're right.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, how are you? Did you know I
good.
was going to come? Very good to see Josh for a couple of seconds, walk up a few minutes. Nice to have a very brief catch up. We are now in the, how beautiful. Oh, jokes aside, look at her face. The set, I think, for Matilda is one of the most beautiful sets. I mean, look at that. I genuinely think the set designer for this, I can't remember who. We're in row 18 and 19, darling. So where does that mean? Oh, sorry, we're going a bit forward. Is it literally just these two? Oh, phenomenal. This is very exciting and very convenient as well because we don't have to move much. So we are in our seats now, as you can probably see by the fact that we're sat. Yay! Do you know what time it is, darling? Thank you, sorry for like imposing this on you.
21 past 7.
You still have 10 minutes. Can you believe it? 9 to be precise. I just knew that you were going to say something about that. So it's a decent view though, isn't it? I really enjoy this. And I enjoy how even like the box bits have like elements of Matilda on them, if that makes sense. I really enjoy the set of Matilda. It's my favourite thing about the whole show. So yeah, I guess we're going to speak to you in the interval. It is the interval. How are you finding it so far?
So good. Oh my god.
There's one bit where you burst out lolling, which I found so entertaining, just seeing your reaction. Where
I didn't think, okay, so the bit where they swing around Amanda
yeah.
is my favourite bit in the film, and I was like, there is no physical way they're going to do this in real life.
And they did.
Oh my god. And that girl is so cute, she's like a little doll, and they just
really
swung
cute.
around by her.
She legit was like lolling at it, so like, I think it was just amazing.
Oh
the Bruce is fantastic. I'm going to obviously get his name later.
Adorable.
He's so cute and just a great actor. Everyone's great.
Oh my god, these kids are so talented.
Isn't that school song really clever as well? Because that's one of my favourite bits.
With the letters
letters.
amazing. Oh my god. Like Tim Minchin.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so clever.
yeah.
Such
He
a
is
writer.
a phenomenal musician and a lyricist.
Lyricist.
How we spent the last 10 minutes or so of the interval.
Sitting on our bums.
It's been a really nice interval actually, not moving around, just lazing around on these really comfortable seats. These Matilda signs are just going up right now. I really enjoy the beginning of Act 2, or one of the songs that's about to start, so I'm going to talk to you afterwards. Bye. The show has just finished. How are you feeling, Sharika?
Oh my god, I want a little talented baby.
It was so good. It's probably one of my favourite times watching the show is what I was trying to say. It was incredible. We've just left the theatre, the Cambridge Theatre, and I've just come across this picture, and I'm pretty sure, was that our Matilda, Sharika? I feel like it looks a little bit like her. I don't know. That's Gina Beck though for sure, so that's definitely our Miss Honey. What did you think of her?
She was good, but the character I didn't care about.
I agree. It's not the best character.
Yeah.
I'll talk about the whole thing a bit more. But yeah, she was good. Crunchball is definitely the star of the show, and this current new one is amazing. He's just
funny.
Hilarious. You love to hate him.
I think because there's literally no humanity, you can just really hate them.
Yeah.
Also satisfying.
Yeah, that's it. You enjoyed it then?
So good.
So that is goodbye to Sharika. Bye. And I'll talk to you when I get home. I am back home now, as you can probably tell by the fact that there's a stitch coming out of my neck area. Is a cute little pillow thing. But anyway, I thought I'd talk about the show a little bit. It's actually quite late now. It's like 2 a.m. I've been home for a while. I've just been editing videos, but I didn't want to, you know, sleep before I finished the vlog. So Matilda, I ended up getting myself a program because I haven't bought myself a program for Matilda in a long time. Like I said, the first time I saw Matilda was probably back in like 2012, maybe 11. Sorry about the mayonnaise over there, I do love mayonnaise. But yeah, it's been like a long time since I first saw the show, obviously, and since then I've been going back a few times, but like it's not a show that I go to on a very regular basis. I'm just very aware of the mess near me, so just ignore all that, guys. But yeah, I think the last time I was there was around February time last year, so about a year ago, and I enjoyed it last time, but I feel like it had been a while since I enjoyed the show so much, and maybe it's because of the fact that I hadn't been to see the show in a while, and it was Sharika's first time, my friend Sharika, and she was very excited about it. And I think it was just a really great cast, a new energy, it felt very fresh, and it kind of made me remember what I loved about it originally, because when I first saw the show I absolutely loved it, and I saw it a couple of times and then I was like, I still like it, but I think the initial love that I had for it kind of started to die off. And whereas like back in 2012 I would have considered Matilda as one of my favourite shows, like in the past few years I like just stopped doing that. I don't think I would even put it in my top 10 favourite musicals of all time. It's a good show, it's a musical that I like, but you know, I feel like the first couple of times I saw it I really loved it because it was all exciting and new and I was just impressed by everything, and then I just went through a period of just thinking, oh, it's a good show but not one of my absolute favourites, and it still isn't one of my absolute favourites, but I think because I hadn't seen it in a while, it made me kind of you know, remember all the great things I loved about it the first time I saw it, and that was a really good thing that I appreciated. The cast was great. A lot of the people in the show were new. I think there was a cast change back in September last year, I would imagine, because I think that's normally when they have the cast changes. They've got my friend Rebecca, who used to work at the Cambridge Theatre, and yes, Gina Beck joined. And let's talk about Gina Beck first, actually, because I think you're all aware of the show, you know the story. It's Roald Dahl, you know what happens with Matilda. If you haven't seen the film, you would have read the book. If you haven't read the book, you would have seen the film. I personally haven't actually ever seen the film properly. I've seen bits of it but not in full, but I obviously read the book as a child and I loved it. And yeah, the story, the musical version is a little bit different to the book, but it's still pretty much the same thing. Yeah, Gina Beck, let's talk about her first. She plays the role of Miss Honey, and I have been a fan of Gina Beck's work for a long time. I think I first saw her in Phantom. In fact, I know for a fact that I first saw her in Phantom of the Opera. There's a video on my channel from 2011. If you really want to go and check it out, go and watch it. It's not necessarily just about Phantom or Gina Beck. It's about me complaining about an audience member at Phantom of the Opera when I was watching the show and Gina Beck was on as Christine. It's quite funny. I like used to be a very ranty person, so if you want to watch that, go and find it somehow on my channel, literally back in 2011. So good luck if you find it. But yeah, I've been a fan of Gina Beck's work and for a long time. I saw her in Phantom, I saw her in Wicked, of course, many times when she was playing Glinda. I've seen her in so many different shows and concerts, and she's a fantastic performer. I think I last saw her in Showboat when it was at the New London Theatre, and really enjoyed her performance in that as well. So I was really looking forward to seeing her in as the role of Miss Honey. It's not a part that I would have immediately thought she'd be good in. Like, it's not, you know, when I think of Gina Beck, I don't think, oh, she'd be great for the part of Miss Honey, if that makes sense. But when it was announced that she was going to be Miss Honey, I was like, yeah, I can see it. And I'm so glad that I got to see her in the show today, because she does a really great job. She brings a completely newness to the world of Miss Honey. I mean, Miss Honey's character, I think, like Sharika touched on before, I don't think is the best character. Like, it's not a very complex character. There's not much to the character. And so I think it's very easy to just not necessarily like the character that much, because she's just a very, like, I don't know, I think more or less one-dimensional character. She's just a sad, broken woman who has been bullied all her life and is upset because she wants to do better, but she can't because she's scared. That's kind of what the world of Miss Honey is. Not, like I said, not the most exciting of characters or roles, but the role does have some great songs and great moments in the show, and it was just great to hear Gina Beck's voice again. I don't think her voice is, again, like, perfect for this part, because I think Gina Beck's definitely more of a, I mean, she's a soprano, we all know that. That's why she was perfect as Christine Daae in Phantom of the Opera, and incredible as Glinda. And I think a lot of the songs, or the two songs that Miss Honey sings in Matilda, you have like a really strong belt, which I'm not saying Gina Beck doesn't have. Like, she does, and she did really well in the songs, like, there was no doubt about that. It's just that it's not her natural way of singing, I don't think. But anyway, she was great. I particularly loved her acting. I thought she did really well with the acting. I really felt for her character, so it was just really great to see Gina Beck on stage again, so that made me happy. I thought I would show you actually some, I mean, I showed you earlier, but I've got the programme. I'll show you some pictures of the programme. The programme looks a bit weird, like, I don't know if I've got a damaged programme or not, but like this has happened with the programme. I've got this random page here that is just unattached to the rest of it, and this is how I got it. I don't know, maybe it's meant to be like this. But anyway, this is Gina Beck, of course, who looks lovely as Miss Honey. Let's actually talk about Mrs. Phelps. She was fantastic. Let me get her name for you because she deserves it. She is played by Keisha Ponza Banson, and she was fantastic. She was so great. And then, oh, whilst we're here, Mr. Wormwood, we had an understudy for Mr. Wormwood, so David Birch actually played Mr. Wormwood tonight, Matilda's dad, which was amazing. I have known of David Birch again for a long time. I think I first saw him in Singing in the Rain, the musical, when it was at the Palace Theatre, the Chichester production in 2012, and I saw him in Singing in the Rain quite a lot of times. And I think I've seen him in quite a few things since again. I saw him in Groundhog Day, I saw him in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He's done quite a lot of things, and obviously his main part in Matilda at the moment is to play Michael Wormwood, which is the brother. But obviously for some reason Tom Eden was off today, so David Birch played the role of the dad, Mr. Wormwood, and he was fantastic. I didn't even realise it was him at first. Like, I honestly didn't, because I didn't look at the cast properly, and I could tell that he just played whoever was playing Mr. Wormwood. I was like, oh, he's playing Mr. Wormwood very differently to all the other Mr. Wormwoods I've seen before, but I was enjoying it. It was very funny. It was still like very appropriate to what Mr. Wormwood's character would be like, but it was just different, and I was like, wow, that's great. Like, whoever's playing this part has really made the part their own. And then later I looked at the programme and obviously at the cast list, and I was like, oh my god, it was David Birch, and that just makes me so happy because he was fantastic. He was very different, but just really great. Mrs. Wormwood, we had Marianne Benedict, who I don't think I've ever seen anything before, but she was really good as well, very funny. David Shannon is the current Miss Trunchbull, I believe, but I for some reason can't find his biography at all in this weird program that I have. Like, I just don't understand. What if you guys can see him, let me know, but I can't see him anywhere. Like, where is he? I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand, unless like he's only recently joined. I just don't really get it, because this is like the adult cast, the main page, and there's no mention of him. Very weird. So I don't know, anyway, I can't find him. But if I'm to believe the cast list that was up in the foyer of Matilda, it was indeed David Shannon who played the part of Miss Trunchbull, and I really enjoyed him. Again, he was pretty different to all the other Miss Trunchbulls I've seen, and I've been lucky to see so many phenomenal actors in the role of Miss Trunchbull. It's such a great part, and I don't think I've ever seen any Miss Trunchbull that I didn't enjoy. Like, they all kind of put their own standpoint. I saw the original, I think his name was Bertie something, and he was obviously fantastic, but I've seen very many good ones since as well, and David Shannon is a great one as well. He was hilarious. He had his own take. He made the character very much his own, and he was still very funny, very scary, but you know, a good balance of scary and funniness. I just think it's a fantastic part, and it just always makes me happy. I think Sharika really enjoyed that as well. Very quickly, I want to talk about Chris Manuel, I believe his name is, who played the escapologist, sorry I can't even say the word, as well as a doctor in the beginning. Probably one of the strongest actors I've seen in this particular role. Really enjoyed his performance. I don't think I've ever seen him before in anything. Actually, it does say that he was in the Billy Elliot UK tour, so I probably saw him in that, in the ensemble. But yeah, he was very good. The whole ensemble is fantastic. Obviously, unfortunately, I can't go through everyone who is in the ensemble, but it's just a great ensemble, and you can see that they're really enjoying playing the part. I mean, who wouldn't? You're playing children in a really fun show. Like, they just look like they're having a great time, and they're very, very strong as an ensemble piece, and I really enjoyed all of them. I'm going to very quickly go through the names of the children in the show today, just because I think it's really important to name them. So Matilda was Emma Moore. I'm going to talk about her later in a second. Bruce was played by Martin Susaipillai. I really hope I'm pronouncing his surname right, because he was fantastic. Lavender was Halle Cassell. Nigel was Will Tarpey. Amanda was Mia McLaughlin. Eric was Harry Coles. Alice was Tilda Marriage Massey. Horatio was Tori Louise Ryan, and Tommy was Rocco Peacock. So I really hope I pronounced the names right. Obviously I'm going to talk about Matilda in a second, but I do want to really mention two people as well, Lavender and Bruce. We had phenomenal actors, or little performers, for both of these roles today. So our Bruce was played by this guy here, Martin Susaipillai, and it says that it's his West End debut, which is incredible to me. He was honestly one of the best Bruces I've seen, and like I said, I've seen so many talented children play these parts, and I don't think I've ever seen any children play the part and be like, oh, I don't like you, I don't think you're doing a job. They've all been amazing, and so to say that he was one of the best just means how incredible his performance really was. Like, he was funny, he delivered his lines so well, like he knew when to pause, he just got all his lines like delivered so well that like the audience just really enjoyed him, and he was fantastic. So I see an incredible future ahead of Martin Susai Pillai. And if you guys know how to pronounce his surname, if I'm saying it wrong, please let me know in the comments, because I'd hate to be that person who pronounces things wrong. That's like my least favorite things, because people do it to me all the time because I've got a weird surname. Like, it's not a very common surname. And then we had Hallie Cassell as our Lavender, who's this girl here. Again, she was so funny. She was just so sweet. Like, she was everything that you want Lavender to be, so a big shout out to her as well. Our Matilda tonight was played by this girl here, Emma Moore. And yeah, she's done a few bits and bobs before, but this is her West End debut again, and wow, what a little performer again. It's funny that I've been seeing shows and theatre regularly for the past like decade now, since I moved to London back in 2008. I've been going to theatre regularly, and I've seen so many phenomenally talented children in so many different shows, and yet they still manage to like impress me and amaze me. And I mean, just like, well done to them. Emma Moore, fantastic voice, great acting skills, great Matilda. She actually played Matilda again quite differently to most of the Matildas I've seen before. For instance, there's a part where Matilda, like Matilda's dad constantly calls Matilda boy. That's not a spoiler, that's just something that we know. And Matilda obviously gets annoyed because she's a girl, and she's like, I'm a girl. And the way Emma said those lines, like whenever she had to say I'm a girl, she was just like, I'm a girl. Like, she just said it like so like matter of factly, and I really enjoyed that. I'd never seen anyone do it like this. All the other previous Matildas I'd seen would get really annoyed and be like, I'm a girl, like say it very like, oh, I'm really annoyed, it's like, can you just realize I'm a girl? Whereas Emma Moore's portrayal of Matilda was like very like calm, like, I'm a girl, come on man. I just thought it was very interesting. She had her own take on it, she had a beautiful voice, she had a great command of the stage, and great rapport with all the other cast members. But I feel like I've been going on and rambling for ages. I just want to say that I really enjoy Matilda. Like I said, it made me happy to see it and actually enjoy it so much. It had been a long time since I'd genuinely enjoyed Matilda as much as I did tonight. I think the last time I loved it so much was probably back in 2012 or 13, and I have definitely seen it since. I just haven't enjoyed it as much. So well done to the cast tonight. Really good to see it with Sharika as well. I'm glad she enjoyed it. It's a great show. So if you haven't seen Matilda yet, I feel like a lot of people have, but if you haven't, go and see it, especially if you've got like children, or if you want to take a family with you. It's a perfect show to go to. I mean, the songs are brilliant, the lyrics especially. Tim Minchin is a genius. You know, especially when you don't listen to songs for a long time and you hear them again after like a year, it's like, wow, how clever. The school song for me is just like one of the most incredible songs in any musical. And obviously Revolting Children is a lot of fun, and When I Grow Up is just a really cute song. I actually kind of welled up today watching When I Grow Up. It's just so beautiful. It like full on makes you feel nostalgic and gives me like, I don't know, it's just really weird. I feel like every adult will like resonate with that song a little bit. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna say. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Leave comments below about anything you want, and I'll see you next time. Bye.